Welcome to this episode of Ask the Guitar Coach, the only podcast where you get answers to all your guitar-related questions. If you're interested in developing your guitar skills and reaching your music goals, please send me an email at the email address ioannis@ioannis.org. That is IOANNIS at IOANNIS.org, so that I can let you know about all the different packages of elite guitar coaching and how you can get private coaching by me. Without further ado, let's go to our question for the day. 3 things I hated about studying in GIT at Musicians Institute. So this is not actually a question, it's just something that I've been asked every now and then in different shapes and forms, so I decided to just make a question about the things I did not like about studying in GIT. So before I get started, let me just say what GIT is. It's the guitar part of Musicians Institute. It's a very world-famous institution that people, guitar players and musicians from all around the world, they go there to study. I studied in Hollywood. That's where the original Musicians Institute was located, because now I think they have a couple of more branches. And I must say I really loved it. It was probably one of the best experiences of my life. So I really had to kind of like sit down and think about it and try to find if there were any things I didn't like. So I was just able to come up with 3. So let's get started. Number 1, the first thing I didn't like was that people there, the instructors, were kind of too supportive. So I know now you're like, what? You didn't like that people were supportive? It was just a little bit too much. So I remember during the first few days I would play something and they would be like, oh, you're great, this is amazing, perfect, well done, great job. So the first time I was very happy, the second time I was happy, the third time I was happy. And then I started thinking, I don't want just people telling me that I'm playing great. I could stay in my country and my mother would tell me the same thing. It doesn't make sense to go to the other side of the world and pay a lot of money to do that. So what I did was I actually went to every single instructor and I told him, just be more, be less supportive and just correct me more directly. And then obviously they kicked my ass big time because I was really not that good. And they started telling me the truth. But if I had not done that, it's quite conceivable that throughout my whole years, that the whole time I was there, they would just be, oh, great job, good job and everything, and then I wouldn't really have progressed that much. The second thing I did not really enjoy is that the important stuff that were being taught, like lead guitar, rhythm guitar, theory and all these kind of things, were very mass classes. So you would have like 40 people in there. Now, I totally understand that if you want to be a school that actually it's a business and makes some money, you cannot have like 4 or 5 people per class. You need way more. But it wasn't something that I enjoyed, because there would be a lot of noise from people like noodling on their guitar all the time, and it was difficult to get the attention of the instructor for any significant length of time to get your question answered. So that I didn't like that very much. The third thing that I didn't like, which is something that I'm sure most people will agree with me, was the high cost. Now, coming from a country where most education is free, and then moving to Hollywood to study in Musicians Institute, this was a huge expense for me, and it would be for everybody. Now, since the time that I did that was like 15 years ago, the prices have climbed up way more. So if someone just studied there, he's gonna say, yeah, now it's like 3 times more expensive, but still at the time, it really seemed to be very expensive. It was definitely worth it, but expensive. So these were the 3 things I really had I had to really look for to try to find 3 things that I didn't like. I hope this was helpful, but I would definitely not tell anybody to be dissuaded by those three things. If you want to study at a specific school, if you feel that's going to help you, as it really helped me in every way, in my guitar playing and my understanding of music and music business, everything really, then definitely check it out. Take your time, get very prepared. We'll actually make a new video about how to prepare for the entrance exams of GIT. But do not get dissuaded by those 2 or 3 things I just mentioned. So there you have it. I hope this was a helpful video and it will help you make up your mind. Until next time, keep shredding, keep those questions coming, and I will see you on the next episode of Ask the Guitar Coach. Bye bye.